Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
And welcome to Hinton, Iowa tonight for the World Conference matchup. A game that was supposed to be played a while back has been moved to tonight. It is South O'Brien Wolverines at your Hinton Blackhawks in both varsity girls and boys action. Getting ready for the girls game tonight. The matchup's going to look like this. South O'Brien comes in with a 3-16 record, 2-6 in the War Eagle. They're coming off a loss to MMCRU, 60-21. The Hinton Blackhawks come in at 14-4, 4-3 in the World Conference, coming off a loss to Galen Catholic, 62-56. A couple nights back. Both of our boys and girls teams will be on the road at West Sioux tomorrow night, and then the girls close out the season at Akron on Tuesday. The boys will have one more game at Sioux Central, so we're winding up the time. It's getting to be playoff basketball time. We'll be right back with your starting lineups in just one moment.
Ryan Stussy at Allstate is an insurance agent you can trust. Ryan's office may be in the Dunes, but he has deep roots in the Hinton community. When choosing your insurance, you want to have someone who views you as more than just a name. We'll listen to your needs and find the solutions that work best for you. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, or recreational, you're in good hands with Ryan Stussy, Allstate Insurance. Give Ryan a call today.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity girls basketball. We'll have the boys game coming up after this. Starting lineup for tonight are going to look like this. Number 10, Riley Draper, a senior, comes in averaging 5.5 points per game. Number 14, Tasia Conley, the junior, comes in averaging 4.7 points a game. Number 20, Abby Schreck, the senior, averaging 4.9 points a game. Number 24, Alyssa Van Beek, the junior, averaging 5.6 a game. And 54, Samantha Wilbur, the junior, averaging 1.1 points per game. For your Blackhawks, it'll look like this. Number 3, Natalie Junk, the junior, averaging 6.9 points a game. Number 15, Anna Coffey, the senior, averaging 12.3 points per game. Number 21, Ashlyn Renzel, the junior, averaging 6.1 points per game. Number 23, Ashley Kilvarno, the sophomore, averaging 9.4 points per game. Number 32, Bella Badar, the senior, averages 13.2 points a game. South O'Brien comes in averaging 32.9 points per game, while Hinton Blackhawks average 57.8 points per game. So on paper, the Blackhawks should be able to pull this off, but the games aren't played on paper. We'll see what actually happens as this gets started. We're going to go through starting lineups and national anthem here in person, so I'll be back in approximately 2 minutes after that stuff. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Athletics.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is how it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. Tonight is also Coaches versus Cancer Night, so in between the two games, they'll be running some names and doing an honorary program. We'll try to cover that for you as best as we can. We don't have a microphone directly hooked to the PA announcer, but we'll try to show you the screen with the name scrolling and get that the best coverage we can. Also, each of the Blackhawk players are playing for someone. I'll try to get some of those names to you as the night goes along. Once again, South O'Brien Wolverines coming at 3-16. The Hinton girls 14-4. Hinton girls getting ready for postseason action. They'll take their first game will be February 15th against Boyden Hall. All right, so jumping for the Blackhawks going to be number 15, Anna Coffey, the senior, against number 24, Alyssa Van Beek, the junior, for South O'Brien. And we are underway. Bella Badar controls the ball for the Blackhawks. Gives it back to Ashlyn Kavarna, over to Ashlyn Renzel. Now to Kavarna, back to Badar. Kavarna passes up a three-point shot from the corner. Gives it back to Badar. Inside to Renzel, guarded by a series of three-point shot from Natalie Junk, top of the key, is no good. Rebounded by Kavarna, and then she draws a foul. That Wolverine foul is going to be on number 20, Abby Schreck. That'll be her first personal and the team's first. Inbound the ball underneath their own hoop is Bella Badar. Coffey cuts through. Now Badar decides to go to Kavarna. Kavarna starts to drive, loses the ball in the way. That ball is going to be stolen and picked up by Tasia Conley. Three-point shot by Schreck is no good. Rebounded by Kavarna. Quickly ahead to Renzel. Renzel over to Coffey. Coffey over to Kavarna, to Renzel. Back to Kavarna. Starts to drive. Gives it back to Renzel. Renzel now drives the baseline. Shot is up and good. The Blackhawks take a 2-0 lead and employ the full court press. Get it ahead to Conley. Over to Wilbur. Wilbur's going to give it back to Sickerkas. That rebound is going to be by Van Beek, and Van Beek puts it back up and in to tie the score at 2 points apiece. Kavarna in the front court quickly for the Blackhawks. Over to Renzel, to Coffey, to Badar. Badar fakes a pass, shoots a three-point shot from the corner. Nothing but net, and the Blackhawks lead 5-2. Now Draper is able to dribble through the Blackhawk defense, get into the front court. She gets it over to Schreck. Back to Draper, down low to Wilbur. Wilbur's shot no good, rebounded by Coffey for the Blackhawks. She kicks it out to Kavarna, ahead to Renzel. Renzel back to Coffey. Coffey drives through the paint. Shot is up and good, but they're going to call that on the floor. That foul's going to be number 20, Abby Schreck. That'll be Abby's second personal foul and the team's second. Checking in the game will be number 42, Tatiana Conley, the junior for the Wolverines, as well as number 22, Takara Conley. Badar gets the ball into Junk. To Renzel. Badar from the corner, no good off the front of the rim. That's going to be a rebound by Draper. Draper passes into the front court, gets it ahead to Conley. Takara Conley, shots no good, out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Coffee gets the ball into Kavarna, and Kavarna walks the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Over to Renzel. Back to Junk. Now back to Kavarna. Top of the key, Badar gives it back to Kavarna. Kavarna drives baseline, stops, pops 15-footers off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Junk temporarily, and then she's going to be tied up down low by Tasia Conley. And Draper will inbound the ball for the Wolverines as they get possession. Full court press employed by the Blackhawks. Bella Badar and Esram Renzel is out front leading that defense. Wolverines are able to get it from Draper across court to Van Beek. Now it's going to be stolen by Kavarna. Up to Badar. Badar's shot is no good as she's fouled. She'll go to the line. That foul is going to be on number 42, Tatiana Conley, I believe. It is. It's a third team foul and her first personal foul. At the line shooting 2 is going to be Bella Badar. The senior comes in shooting 79% from the free throw line, and the first one is nothing but net. Checking back in the game for the Wolverines, number 54, Samantha Wilbur. Badar's second free throw attempt coming up. That one's also good. Blackhawks extend that lead to 5. Full court press still in play. That pass is kind of batted around and out of bounds. It's going to be Blackhawk basketball as his last touch by Wilbur for South O'Brien. Badar inbounds the ball to Kavarna. Kavarna brings the ball back across the timeline. Down to Badar down low, gets away from her. That's going to be gathered by Draper for the Wolverines, and Draper brings it into the front court. Shot no good. It's going to be rebounded by Natalie Junk for the Blackhawks. She kicks it ahead to Kavarna. Kavarna pushes the ball up court, being guarded closely by Takara Conley. Over to Badar, down low to Coffee. Coffee spins, pass down low to Junk. Stolen away by Wilbur. She gives it to Van Beek, or Draper. Sorry, Draper's bringing the ball up court for the Wolverines. Guarded closely by Renzel. Gets into the front court. Gives it up to Conley. Conley starts to make a move and travels. That'll be a turnover. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Checking in for the Blackhawks will be number 12, Cadence Peters, and number 45, Mia Fleckenstein. As Junk and Renzel take a break. So Coffee inbounds the ball to Kavarna. Kavarna walks the ball across half court. Over to Peters. To Fleckenstein. Back to Peters. Tries to pass it to Badar. That pass is going to be stolen away by Conley. Tasia Conley up and good for the layup. And it's a 3-point lead for the Blackhawks. Quickly in the front court to Peters. Over to Fleckenstein. Back to Kavarna. To Peters. Back to Kavarna. Kavarna tries to drive. Kicks it to Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein cross-court pass to Kavarna for the Blackhawks. Kavarna looks to drive. Gets to the middle of the free throw area, and she's fouled. That foul's going to be number 22 to Kara Conley. That'll be her first personal and the team's fourth. Checking back in for the Wolverines, number 24, Alyssa Van Beek. So Belle Badar inbounds the ball once again for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Coffee, and Coffee stepped on the out-of-bounds line as she caught the basketball. It'll be a turnover, Wolverine basketball. Quickly, Conley has the ball picked off and stolen by Badar. And then there's a travel called by Peters. And it'll be Wolverine basketball once again. So kind of a sloppy couple minutes here as everybody tries to get settled into this game. And Draper gets the ball into Conley. Cross-court pass now to Wilbur. Back to Draper. Draper cross-court pass to Tasia Conley. Now to Van Beek. Back to Conley. Conley's three-point shot, a little strong. Gathered by Badar. Over to Peters. Peters gives it to Kavarna. Kavarna finishes at the hoop for the basket, and the Blackhawks lead by 5 with under 3 minutes to go first quarter. Blackhawks still have the full court press employed. Peters now in front of that press. Badar tries to cut off at half court. Wilbur gets it up to Tasia Conley. Conley's shot's a little off the mark. Now Draper's three-point shot is good. The Wolverines are within 2 at the 2:30 mark of the first quarter. Peters with the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Bella Badar. Down low to Coffey. Cross court pass to Kavarna. Kavarna drives. Her shot's up and good. And she'll be at the line trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. As that foul's going to be on number 54, Samantha Wilbur. That'll be her first personal and the team's 5th. Checking in for the Wolverines, number 40, Ashlyn Geimer. Free throw attempt for Ashlyn Kavarna is up. No good. Off the side of the rim. Rebound's going to be taken by Van Beek. Gets it over to Conley. Conley in the front court to Draper. Tries to get it back to Wilbur. Kavarna swats it away, and Badar gathers it up. Now into the front court quickly to Fleckenstein. Over to Coffey. Coffey drives, kicks it out to Peters. Peters just inside the three-point line's no good. It's going to be rebounded by Van Beek, but she falls down as she gathers the ball. It'll be a turnover and Blackhawk basketball. So Belle Badar inbound the ball once again for the Blackhawks. Anna Coffey drives to the hoop, gets it to Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein's 7-footer is good. The Blackhawks extend lead back to 6 as we're about 1:50 to go first quarter. A steal now by Coffey. Ahead to Badar. Badar tries to drive the hoop. She's going to be fouled. That foul will be number 40, Ashlyn Geimer. That's going to be the team's 6th foul and Geimer's first. A couple of Wolverines check in. Number 22, Takara Conley. And number 42, Tatiana Conley. For the Blackhawks, Ashlyn Renzel checks back in and Natalie Junk. Kavarna gets the ball into Junk. Over to Peters. To Kavarna. Kavarna looks to drive, has it tapped away, but Peters picks it up. Gives it to Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein tries to pass it into Kavarna. The pass is stolen away by Tasia Conley. And we're called for a travel, I believe, on Draper there. That'll be Blackhawk basketball. It's 1:27 to go first quarter, leading by 6. We're going to have a timeout, Wolverines. We'll take one with them. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
We believe in service. That means providing no-limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. The girls lead 13-7 over South O'Brien right now as we have 1:27 to go in the first quarter. And Peters inbounds the ball to Kavarna. Ashlyn Kavarna playing tonight for Jack Clara and Gilda Reinbold. As the coaches versus Cancer games tonight, I'll try to get you some of the names that these ladies are playing for. Kavarna gets the ball back, drives, and that shot's going to be up and good, and the Blackhawks lead by 8. Wolverines quickly get into the front court to Van Beek. Van Beek goes up for the layup, loses it out of bounds off of Kavarna. Some other players, Natalie Junk's playing tonight for Karen Watterson. Cadence Peters is playing for Angie Peters tonight. Ball gets into Tasia Conley, over to Takara Conley. That ball is going to be tipped away out of by Mia Fleckenstein. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Mia tonight is playing for John Fleckenstein. Draper inbounds the ball to Conley. Back to Draper. Over to Tasia Conley at the top of the key. Back to Draper. Draper's three-point shot is good. Draper has a pair of threes in the first quarter, and she has 6 points for the Wolverines. 30 seconds to go. Kavarna brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Cadence Peters. To Kavarna, now down to Mia Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein gives it to Ashlyn Renzel. Ashlyn Renzel's playing for Uncle Bucky tonight. Gives it up to Conley. Conley brings the ball in the front court. Over to Draper. Draper feeds Van Beek. Spin around jumper's no good. Rebound by Kavarna for the Blackhawks. Kavarna gets in the front court to Peters. Back to Kavarna. Kavarna drives. Kicks it over to Renzo. Renzo's three-point shot from the corner is nothing but net, and that's how the first quarter is going to end. So at the end of the first quarter, the Blackhawks lead 18-10. You're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
Ryan Stussy at Allstate is an insurance agent you can trust. Ryan's office may be in the dunes, but he has deep roots in the Hinton community. When choosing your insurance, you want to have someone who views you as more than just a name. We'll listen to your needs and find the solutions that work best for you. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, or recreational, you're in good hands with Ryan Stussy, Allstate Insurance. Give Ryan a call today.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Varsity Athletics. You've got the girls game here as the Blackhawks lead 18-10, start of second quarter. A couple other girls playing for different people tonight. Anna Coffey's playing for Chad Mickey and Lowell Coffey. Kyra Peters is playing for Kirk Coles. Bella Badar with the ball for the Blackhawks into the front court now. Feeds Anna Coffey. Checking in the game is Kyra Peters. She passes over to Renzel. Avery Brigade has also checked into the game at the quarter. Coffey drives to the lane, no good, but Brigade gets the rebound, puts it back up and in, and the Blackhawks doubled up the Wolverines 20-10. Quickly in the front court goes Shrek, and there's going to be a travel call. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Avery Brigade's playing for Don Rath. Bella Badar with the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Renzo now looks to drive, tries to feed Brigade, does so down low, right back to Renzo. Renzo now feeds Brigade down low again, right to Coffey. Coffey tries to feed Badar, a little too hot to handle, out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Once again, Badar and Kyra Peters putting the full court press on. Now Coffey gets the steal, but they're going to call a foul. That'll be Anna's first personal and the team first personal. So it'll be Wolverine basketball once again as Draper inbounds the ball to Conley. That's Tasia Conley. Over to Shrek. Down low to Wilbur. Wilbur throws it away, but it's gathered by Shrek. Shrek now trapped by Badar and Peters. Able to get it to Conley. There's going to be a timeout first, so we'll take a timeout with them as it's 20-10 in favor of the Blackhawks. Right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready to resume play out of the timeout. Wolverines with the basketball. Tasia Conley brings it into the front court, gets it over to Shrek. Shrek back to Conley. Over to Draper, down low to Wilbur. Wilbur's going to be fouled on the floor. That'll be a Blackhawk foul. It's going to be number 21, Ashlyn Renzel. That's Ashlyn's first personal and the team's second. Van Beek inbounds the ball, gets it right back, turns and shoots, and she's going to draw a foul on Anna Coffey. That'll be Coffey's second personal foul. Van Beek's first free throw attempt is in and out, no good. Van Beek came in shooting under 50% on the year. Checking back in for the Blackhawks, number 23, Ashlyn Kavarna, as Coffey takes a seat with those 2 fouls. Second free throw attempt for Van Beek's no good, and they called a violation of some sort. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Kyra Peters going to inbound the ball to Kavarna, and Kavarna brings the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Over to Peters. Back to Badar. Over to Kavarna, down low to Brigad. Brigad kicks it back out to Badar, top of the key. That three-pointer is in and out, no good, but Badar hustles, gets her own rebound. Passes it out to Peters. Back to Badar. Badar feeds Brigad. Brigad tries to feed Kavarna. It's slapped away, but there's a foul called. That foul's going to be on number 24, Alyssa Van Beek. That'll be her first personal in the team's 7th. That'll put Ashlyn Kavarna at the line shooting a 101. Comes in shooting 68% on the year from the free throw line. First free throw attempt from Kavarna is good. Kavarna has 7 points to lead all scorers so far. Kavarna's second free throw attempt also good. So Kavarna sinks a pair. She has 8 points on the evening. The Blackhawks lead by 12. Conley with the ball, full court press into Van Beek. Van Beek goes to the layup, and it's blocked by Renzel. Now Renzel brings the ball back up court for the Blackhawks. Able to dribble through everybody, gets it to Peters, back to Renzel. Over to Badar. Now there's a foul called. That's going to be our number 14, Tasia Conley. That'll be her first personal in the team's 8th. That's going to put Ashley Kavarna back at the line shooting a pair. Was able to convert a couple of free throws just moments ago. Her first shot this time is up. And good. Kavarna's second free throw attempt upcoming. That one rims around a little bit, but it's also good, and the Blackhawks lead by 14, and Kavarna has 10. Get it into Conley quickly. Conley gets it to Draper in the front court, guarded by a couple of Wolverines. Over quickly to Conley. Conley's three-point shot, no good. In and out, rebounded by Avery Brigad for the Blackhawks. Gives it up to Kavarna, ahead to Badar. Badar back to Kavarna. Over to Renzel, to Peters. Peters starts to drive, feeds Kavarna down low. Kavarna's shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Brigad, and then tied up and partially stolen away. It'll be South O'Brien basketball. Van Beek and Brigad were tangled up a little bit with the ball. Results in a jump ball. On the alternate possession becomes Wolverine basketball. So Draper will inbound the ball for the Wolverines. Gets it to Van Beek. Van Beek throws in the front court to Conley. Conley tries to feed a cutting Tatiana Conley, but it's knocked away by the Blackhawks. And checking back in for the Blackhawks, number 12, Cadence Peters, and number 3, Natalie Junk. Conley inbounds the ball to Van Beek. Gives it up to Draper. Draper's three-point shot's no good. Rebounded by Schreck. Schreck gives it back to Draper. Now Schreck feeds Van Beek. Van Beek's shot no good. Rebound fought for, bounces around. I think there'll be a foul called. That'll be on the Blackhawks. Number 3, Natalie Junk. That'll be her first personal in the team's 4th. Checking back in for the Wolverines, number 54, Samantha Wilbur. Wolverines get it into Schreck. Schreck right back to Draper. Over to Conley. Now Schreck drives. Tries to feed Conley. Does. That's Tatiana Conley. That shot's off. No good. Going to be rebounded by Ashlyn Kavarna. Quickly ahead to Cadence Peters. Down low to Brigad. Brigad's shot is up and good. And she'll get the bonus as Avery Brigad will be heading to the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play. That foul is going to be on Riley Draper of the Wolverines. That's going to be their 9th team foul and her first personal. Brigad comes in shooting under 50% for the year. trying to complete the three-point play and does so. And the Blackhawks have extended to a 17-point lead. Quickly into Schreck. Schreck loses control, picks up the dribble, gets it over to Tatiana Conley. She passes it to Tasia Conley. To Schreck, now to Draper. Draper guarded closely by Junk, gives it up to Conley. Back to Schreck. Schreck's three-point shot is good for the Wolverines. Junk inbounds the ball quickly to Kavarna. Over to Peters. Back to Kavarna. Over to Junk. Junk gives it up to Badar. Back to Junk. Over to Kavarna. Brigade cutting back and forth across the paint, but no one's seen the opportunity to get her the ball. Now they do down low. Kicks it right back to Kavarna. Spins. Her shot is up. No good, but she's going to draw the foul. That'll be another Wolverine foul, the 10th on the team, and that foul is going to be on 54, Samantha Wilbur. That's her second personal. That'll put Ashley Kavarna back at the line for a pair of free throws. Already have hit in 4 in a row tonight in the first half, and leads all scorers with 10 points. Kavarna's first free throw attempt rattles around a little bit, but drops. That's checking back into the game is number 15, Anna Coffey. Kavarna's second free throw attempt also good. Kavarna has 12, and the Blackhawks lead by 16. Full court press. This time the ball is tapped away by Peters. Regathered in the corner by Schreck, but now she's trapped. They get it to Conley, and we have a timeout by the Wolverines. So with that timeout, we'll take one with them. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're in a timeout here for the Wolverines as the Blackhawks lead 29-13 here with 3:42 to go in the second quarter. A reminder to stick around at halftime. We'll have a couple of the boys basketball players stopping by. We'll talk to them about their season. And a couple of them have recently signed to play college basketball. We'll see what they have to say about that. So stay tuned at halftime of this game for that information. And then in between games, we'll try our best we can to cover the Coaches versus Cancer. They're having a honorary assembly for leukemias tonight is the cancer of choice, but it's for all people fighting cancer. So we'll try to cover that as best we can. We're about ready to get underway here in the second quarter, 3:42 to go. Schreck gets the ball for the Wolverines, ahead to Tatiana Conley. Now back to Schreck, over to Tasia Conley. Her three-point shot's kind of partially blocked. I believe it was partially blocked anyway. And Natalie Junk snags it out of the air. Now ahead to Kavarna. Kavarna gives it up to Peters. Back to Kavarna. Over to Junk. Junk's three-point shot from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Peters. Peters puts it up and in. And the Blackhawks extend the lead to 18. Getting quickly into Tasia Conley in the front court. She gets it to Tatiana Conley. Back to Draper. Three-point shot in and out. No good to Peters. Peters spins and throws it ahead to Badar. Badar's shot's no good off the backboard. Looking for a foul, was unable to get one. And then she draws a foul on herself as she tries to get the rebound away from Conley. So that'll be Bella Badar's first personal foul. They're going to call that foul on number 15, Anna Coffey. Interesting. That's going to be your third personal. I thought that was going to be on Badar, but they called it on Coffey. So that's going to send Coffey back to the bench with 3 personals. And Badar does not have any fouls yet. So I'm sure Coach Leary would have rather that had gone on Badar, which it appeared as though it did, but that's not what they called. Quickly, Wolverines get it into Van Beek. Van Beek's shot's off the mark, out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. About 2:35 to go here. Kavarna quickly in the front court gives it to Badar. Badar now tries to drive. She's going to be fouled by Tasia Conley. That'll be Tasia's second personal, and it'll send Badar to the line for a pair of free throws. First free throw attempt is up and good. The Blackhawks extend that lead to 32-13. Badar's second free throw attempt coming up for the Blackhawks. Also good, nothing but net. And the Blackhawks lead by 20 with 2:30 to go first half. Van Beek with the ball ahead to Draper. Cross court pass to Schreck. Schreck tries to feed Conley down low. Stolen away by Junk, and then she's called for a travel. It'll be Wolverine basketball. As Van Beek inbounds the ball for the Wolverines. Gets it into Conley. That ball's tipped away. Turnover for the Wolverines will lead the ball back to the Blackhawks as Bella Badar will inbound the ball. Gets it into Ashley Kavarna. Kavarna walks the ball across half court for the Blackhawks. Junk back to Badar. Badar looks to drive. Passes it back to Junk. Junk over to Kavarna. Back to Junk. Kavarna looks to drive once again, does a step through. The shot's a little off the mark, but Kavarna battles for her own rebound. Second shot off the mark as well. That's going to be a rebound by Conley, Tatiana Conley. And then Schreck takes off up court. That shot's no good, rebounded by Renzel. And on that last free shot attempt, it looks like Ashley Kavarna might have rolled her ankle a bit or tweaked it. So they're going to call timeout and take a look at her, make sure she's all right. Checking back in the game will be Mia Fleckenstein, number 45 for the Blackhawks. So Peters inbounds the ball to Badar. Badar brings the ball across the front court. Peters back to Badar. Badar's shot from a little deeper than the three-point line is nothing but net. And the Blackhawks lead 36-13 with 1:23 to go. That ball's tapped away by the Blackhawks. It'll be Wolverine basketball as Draper inbounds it for the Wolverines. Gets it ahead to Schreck. Back to Draper. To Van Beek. Van Beek's pass ahead to Conley. Conley's shot is no good. Rebounded by Fleckenstein. Feeds Badar. Badar up in the front court quickly. Wolverines get back on defense. Over to Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein's three-point shot from top of the key is nothing but net. And the Blackhawks lead by over 25 here with under 1 minute to go first half. Conley quickly shoots a three-pointer. That's no good. Rebounded by Junk. Gives it ahead to Badar. Badar in the front court. Shot's no good, but she's going to draw a foul. That foul is going to probably be on number 42, Tatiana Conley it is. That'll be her second personal, and that'll put Badar back at the line shooting a pair of free throws. First free throw attempt from Badar is good. Second free throw coming up for Badar is also good, and that's going to bring number 24, Kyra Peters, checking into the game for the Blackhawks. So you got both Kyra and Cadence Peters on the floor right now. Fleckenstein, Junk, and Renzel for the Blackhawks. Draper gets it up to Van Beek. Van Beek gets it to Conley in the front court. Feeds Schreck. Schreck's shot is good. 30 seconds to go first half. Cadence Peters brings the ball in the front court, passes it to Kyra Peters. Back to Cadence Peters. Over to Renzel. Back to Cadence Peters. Blackhawks playing for the last shot as we go about 13 seconds to go in the first half. Kyra Peters back to Cadence Peters. Over to Renzel. Renzel drives the baseline off of her own hip and out of bounds is what they call. It'll be Wolverine basketball with 5 seconds to go. Draper gets it into Schreck. Schreck takes off forward, throws it in the front court. It's tapped away by Fleckenstein and stolen, and that's how the half's going to end. That shot's no good in the first half, and so after first half of play, it's going to be 41-15 in favor of the Blackhawks. Leading scorers for the Blackhawks in the first half, number 23, Ashley Kavarna, has 12 points, as well as number 32, Bella Badar. Leading scorers for the Wolverines was number 10, Riley Draper, with 6 points, and number 20, Abby Schreck, chipped in 5. So we're going to be right back after this commercial break. We'll be talking to a couple of the Wolverine boys basketball players. It looks like Landon Lovren stopping by, and we'll see who else joins us. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
Now we're going to be shooting free throws for dollars. Cost you $1. You make it, you get.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. The Blackhawk girls lead 41-15 over the South O'Brien Wolverines. We're here at halftime with Landon Lovren stopped by to talk to us a little bit about the boys basketball and what's going on in his senior year. So, Landon, first question, how do you think the season's went so far for the boys here? Has it went as expected, or a little bit better than expected, or you've been disappointed in a few things?
We're doing pretty well this season. A few tough losses, but so far so good. Mainly just worrying about the playoffs here soon, so we'll do our best there then.
Yeah, and I know the pods came out a while back. Have they just settled who's playing who or in any kind of order yet?
We got the 3 seed in our sub-state, so pretty decent. We play, I think, MVACO something, but it should be good.
Yeah, the alphabet school, MVAOCOU, I believe. So that's a lot of letters to remember. Maple Valley Anthony Charter Oak Ute, I believe is what it's called. So good. You guys looking forward to that? And so you have a 3 regular season games remaining, right? You have tonight, South O'Brien, West Sioux, Akron, and then I guess you have Sioux Central. So you have 4 games left. The girls just have 3, including tonight. So that's good. You'll be able to get everything ironed out and get ready to go for the postseason action. How's the experience been for your senior year as you wrap up high school version of your basketball career?
It's going pretty good. Excited to get to play in the playoffs and hopefully have a shot at state this year. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been good. I know you're wrapping up, but I also know that you made a decision on your future here recently. Can you tell us a little bit about where you're going to go and what you're going to do after high school?
Recently I committed to Grandview University in Des Moines. They're doing pretty solid this season, and I'm planning on majoring in physical education and hopefully be able to play a little bit of basketball there too.
Yeah, that'll be fun to be able to know you're continuing your career at least. That's got to be a relief. You know, some people are looking at, I got a couple games left and it's going to be done for me, but for you, you're just trying to improve your game and knowing that you're going to resume that next fall when you get to college. So, Coach Kramer have a little influence on you on that PE degree, or is that something you always wanted to do?
I don't know. I just kind of wanted to do something where I can have fun, but still help kids out and everyone else in the community, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Are you looking at doing any coaching as well? I know a lot of times people go into education, and if they have a sports background, they get into coaching.
Yeah, I'm planning on trying to coach basketball when I get older and just have a good influence on younger kids.
All right, that's Landon Lovren. Thank you, Landon, for stopping by and talking with us, and best of luck to the boys as they finish up the regular season and head to postseason.
Thank you.
That's Landon Lovren from the Blackhawk boys team joining us at halftime. We'll be back in approximately 6 minutes for the second half. You're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
Ryan Stussy at Allstate is an insurance agent you can trust. Ryan's office may be in the dunes, but he has deep roots in the Hinton community. When choosing your insurance, you want to have someone who views you as more than just a name. We'll listen to your needs and find the solutions that work best for you. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, or recreational, you're in good hands with Ryan Stussy, Allstate Insurance. Give Ryan a call today.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're getting ready for second half action here in the varsity girls game. Reminder, once the conclusion of this game happens, they're going to have a special ceremony to honor all those battling cancer, past and current. And we'll try to cover that for the best we can. I don't have the greatest view on our camera of the video board that'll be scrolling the names, but I will try to get that information to you as best I can. And then, of course, we'll have boys action about 15 minutes after this one concludes. So just underway here finally in the second half. It's going to be Ashlyn Kavarna with the ball for the Blackhawks, leading 41-16. Badar with the ball now over to Renzel on the court for the Blackhawks. Kavarna. Shot from the free throw line's no good. Rebounded by Coffey. It's Kavarna, Coffey, Junk, Renzel, and Badar on the court for the Blackhawks. Start the second half. For the Wolverine, looks like it is Tasia Conley, Schreck, Van Beek, Wilbur, and Draper on the court for the Wolverines. It'll be Blackhawk basketball underneath their own hoop. Bella Badar inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets into Natalie Junk. Three-point shot from the corner is nothing but net. The Blackhawks extend their lead on their first possession of the second half. Gets it to Wilbur. Back to Draper. Draper now front court pass to Conley, who steps out of bounds. It'll be turnover to the Blackhawks. Badar is going to inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it to Kavarna. Kavarna feeds Coffey through her hands, off and into the hands of Draper for the Wolverines. Gets in the front court to Tatiana Conley. Back to Draper. Draper guarded closely by Renzo, now cut off by Kavarna. Feeds Conley again. Conley's jumper from the free throw line is good. And the Wolverines have 17. Quickly to Junk in the front court. Feeds it to Kavarna. Kavarna kicks it out to Renzo. Renzo just inside three-point line, a little strong. Rebound's going to go to Wilbur for the Wolverines. She gives it over to Draper. Draper cross-court pass to Conley. Conley back to Draper. Over to Tasia Conley. That ball's tapped away by Junk and regathered by Conley. Over to Tatiana Conley. To Kara Conley. Apologize to those watching the game at home, but there's three Conleys that rotate at play here for the Wolverines, and so I got to keep track who's who. And that shot's going to be good, as I think Van Beek put that one up for the Wolverines. Net quickly on the other end. Ashlyn Renzel makes a basket for the Blackhawks to extend the lead. Draper gets in the front court. That pass is stolen by Kavarna. Right ahead to Renzel. Renzel to the hoop. Shots up, no good. Rebounded by Draper for the Wolverines. Kicks it ahead to Tasia Conley. Cross court to Takara Conley. Tries to feed Van Beek down low. That's going to be slapped away by Coffey out of bounds. Draper inbounds the ball for the Wolverines. Gets it out to Van Beek. To Kara Conley. Three-point shot from top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Kavarna. Kavarna tries to feed Peters, is tapped away by Schreck, out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Checking back in the game for the Wolverines will be number 44, Marissa Ebel. As Badar inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks, gets it to Coffey. Coffey drives, shoots over Van Beek, but it's going to draw the foul. And Coffey will be at the line shooting a pair, as that foul on Van Beek is her second and the team's second this half. Coffey comes in shooting 68% from the free throw line. Makes the first one. Oh, I read the wrong stats. That was field goal percentage. She's just under 50% from the line, but either way, she made the first one, and the second attempt for Coffey coming up. Also good. So Coffey hits a pair of free throws, and the Blackhawks extend their lead to 48-19 with 5:30 to go third quarter. Quickly ahead to Draper. Draper gets in the front court. Over to Tasia Conley. Three-point shot from the corner is good. Quickly into Kavarna. Kavarna brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Cadence Peters. Feeds Coffey down low. Kicks it back out to Kavarna. Kavarna drives. Has the ball slapped away from her and gathered by Schreck. Schreck brings the ball in the front court. Over to Tasia Conley. Back to Draper. Over to Ebel. No, shot is no good. Rebounded by Kavarna in the front court to Junk. Junk gives it back to Kavarna now. Over to Badar. Badar feeds Coffey down low. Right back to Badar. Badar's three-point shot from the corner, no good. Tipped around, there's going to be a foul call. I think that foul is going to be on number 44, Marissa Ebel. That'll be her first personal and the team's third. Inbound the ball for the Blackhawks is going to be number 23, Ashlyn Kavarna, as Mia Fleckenstein checks in and gets the ball right away. Her shot's up, no good. Also checking in at the break was Kyra Peters, number 24 for the Blackhawks. In the front court, Schreck has the ball. Over to Ebel, to Draper, to Conley. Conley steps out of bounds once again as she catches that pass. There'll be a turnover. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Kyra Peters inbounds the ball to Kavarna, who walks the ball across half court for the Blackhawks. Feeds Coffey. Coffey cross-court pass to Cadence Peters. Back out to Kyra Peters. Over to Coffey. Coffey drives. Cut off by number 44, Ebel. They're going to call a blocking foul. That blocking foul will be the fourth foul on the team and the second on Ebel. It'll be Blackhawk basketball out of bounds. As Kavarna once again inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. Quickly to Kavarna, over to Coffey. Coffey shots up and good, and the Blackhawks extend that lead. Quickly into Schreck, back to Ebel, back to Schreck. Both Peters girls applying full court press now. Ebel gets the ball, but loses it, regathers it in the front court. Stolen by Kavarna and saved, but good hustle by Schreck, gets it back for the Wolverines. Now Schreck gives it up to Draper. Her shot's no good. Tipped around, gathered by her Draper, her own shot. She's going to give it to Schreck. Schreck's pass is going to be tipped into the backcourt, gathered by Conley. Back to Ebel. Now her pass is stolen away by Coffey, and Coffey's off and running in the front court for the Blackhawks. All the way to the hoop, the ball is stripped away, and a foul is called on number 20, Abby Schreck. That'll be Schreck's fourth personal and the team's fifth foul of the second half. First free throw attempt coming up for Anna Coffey. A little short off the front of the rim, and checking in for the Wolverines, number 22, Takara Conley, and number 24, Alyssa Van Beek. Coffey's second free throw shot coming up for the Blackhawks. It rims around out of there, gathered by Van Beek for the Wolverines. She gives it up to Conley, Tasia Conley. Conley passes ahead. That pass is stolen by Mia Fleckenstein of the Blackhawks, but she steps out of bounds. It'll still be Wolverine basketball. Draper gets it into Tasia Conley. Back to Draper. Draper feeds Van Beek over to Takara Conley. She tries to feed it down low to Tatiana Conley. So we literally have 3 Conleys on the floor for the Wolverines. Tasia, Tatiana, and Takara. That pass is too hot to handle from Kavarna to Fleckenstein, out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter here. Draper inbounds the ball once again. Tasia Conley. Tatiana Collar. Over to Takara Conley. Stolen by Kavarna. Kavarna brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks all the way to the hoop. Euro step layup is up and good, and the Blackhawks lead by 30 with 2:30 to go third quarter. Draper gets it into Tasia Conley, ahead to Tatiana Conley. Back to Draper, stolen away by Cadence Peters, ahead to Kyra Peters. Kyra Peters' shot is up and good. Now in the front court to Tatiana Conley. To Draper. Draper drives, tries to feed to Kara Conley. It's stolen away by Kavarna once again. Kavarna in the front court for the Blackhawks, over to Cadence Peters. That shot's a little long, no good. Rebounded by Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein's shot's short, no good. Rebounded by Cadence Peters. Now Kyra Peters is going to pick up the loose ball. Over to Cadence Peters. Cadence three-point shot, no good. There's going to be a rebound by Draper. And we'll have a timeout. Wolverines will take one with them. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready to resume play here. Varsity girls action. The Blackhawks lead 54-22 with about 1:45 to go third quarter. Reminder, at the conclusion of this game, we have the ceremony to honor all those who have battled cancer past and present. Tonight's theme is Orange for Leukemia, and we'll have that list of names and the ceremony for you as best we can cover it from up here. And then we'll have varsity boys action approximately 15 minutes after that. Draper inbounds the ball to Conley for the Wolverines. Right back to Draper. Right back to Conley. That's Tasia Conley. She's going to take a extra step. Be called for a travel. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. So Belle Badar inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Renzel. Renzel's going to be fouled from behind by number 44 for the, they're going to call it number 24, Van Beek. That's going to be Van Beek's second personal foul on the team's sixth. Badar inbounds the ball once again for the Blackhawks. Gets into Fleckenstein, right back to Badar. Badar's three-point shot from the corner, in and out, no good. Rebound by Renzel, and then stolen away. Can't see who has the ball right. That's number 20, Schreck, I believe. No, number 10, Riley Draper. Draper's going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on number 21, Ashlyn Renzel. That'll be your second personal and the team's first this half. Draper gets the ball into Conley, Tasia Conley. Back to Draper. Tries to feed the other Conley, Tatiana, and that's stolen away by Renzel. Renzel gets the ball to Kyra Peters. Avery Brigade down low, kicks it out to Renzel, kicks it out to Cadence Peters. Out to Badar. Badar feeds Brigade. Brigade tries to get to the hoop, has it swatted away out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Badar gets it into Kyra Peters. Over to Bella Badar. Back to Kyra Peters. Peters back to Badar. Badar passes it down to Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein back to Peters, over to Badar. Tries to get it to Renzel. It's tipped away. Renzel gathers the ball. Back to Badar. Badar takes a shot from the top of the key off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Renzel for the Blackhawks. That shot's up, no good, but it's going to be a foul called. We'll see who that foul's on for the Wolverines. It'll be their 7th team foul. It's going to be on number 24, Alyssa Van Beek. It's going to be her 3rd personal. That'll put Renzel at the line shooting a pair as it was in the act of shooting. First free throw attempt is up and good for Ashland. Second free throw attempt coming up for Renzel. Also good. So Renzel hits a pair, and the Blackhawks are 1 point from making this a running clock for the rest of the game. Tasia Conley with the ball quickly in the front court for the Wolverines. Over to Ebel. Passes it back to Conley. Over to Draper. Draper tries to feed Van Beek down low. It's stolen away by Badar. Badar into the front court. 2 seconds to go over to Peters. Peters' shot is no good, off the mark. And so at the end of 3, the score is going to be 56-22 in favor of the Blackhawks. We'll be right back after this message from Florida Digital Solutions. You're watching coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
Ryan Stussy at Allstate is an insurance agent you can trust. Ryan's office may be in the Dunes, but he has deep roots in the Hinton community. When choosing your insurance, you want to have someone who views you as more than just a name. We'll listen to your needs and find the solutions that work best for you. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, or recreational, you're in good hands with Ryan Stussy, Allstate Insurance. Give Ryan a call today.
This is how it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks.
Yeah.
Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're just underway 3rd quarter as Conley has the ball for the Wolverines over to Schreck. Schreck's 3-point shot's a little bit off the mark, gathered by Van Beek. Van Beek puts it back up and in for the Wolverines. Quickly, Coffee inbounds the ball to Kavarna, and Kavarna brings it in the front court over to Junk. Back to Kavarna, cross-court pass to Badar. Back to Kavarna, over to Junk. Back to Kavarna, feeds Coffee down low over to Badar. Badar gives to Renzel. Renzel thinks about a shot, passes it up, gets it back to Kavarna. Kavarna gives it up to Junk. Blackhawks being very patient here. Feed Coffee once again. Coffee can't get through the defense. Kicks it back out to Junk for a 3-point shot from the wing. No good. Rebounds by Coffee. That shot's going to be up and good. Anna Coffee gets the rebound and the putback, and the Blackhawks back to lead by 34. Draper gives it to Tasia Conley. That pass is a little bit off, gathered by Junk. Ahead to Kavarna, to Badar. Badar down to Renzel. Renzel tries to get the shot up, but she's going to draw the foul. That is the foul on number 20, Schreck. That's going to be her 5th personal, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be the 5th for Abby Schreck. So she'll lead the game tonight with her 5th foul and 5 points. Checking in the game is going to be number 22, Takara Conley. Ashton Renzel at the line, shooting a pair for the Blackhawks. First free throw attempt from Renzel is good. And with that basket, it'll be a running clock the rest of the time unless the Wolverines are able to get that back down under 25. Renzel has 10 points on the evening. Renzel's 2nd shot is also good. So Renzel hits a pair, and the Blackhawks lead 60-24 with 6:45 to go in the game. Now we're going to have a violation called on the Wolverines. It'll be Blackhawk Badar inbounds the ball once again for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Kavarna. Kavarna brings the ball in the front court. Badar over to Junk. Junk back to Kavarna. Step back three-pointer by Badar is no good, a little bit off the mark. Rebounds gathered by Takara Conley. She brings it in the front court, gives it up to Draper. Draper drives, feeds it down low to Wilbur. Back to Draper. Draper's off balance floater, no good. Rebounded by Kavarna. Kavarna brings the ball back in the court for the Blackhawks. Tries to feed Coffey down low, stolen away by Draper for the Wolverines. Now in the front court to Tasia Conley. Stops, shoots three-pointer. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Van Beek, but her foot was out of bounds as she gathered it. Some substitutions checking in for the Blackhawks. Number 34, Avery Brigade. Number 12, Cadence Peters. Number 24, Kyra Peters. As Badar, Renzel, and Coffey all take a break. Possibly for the game, as there's only 5 minutes left, and it is a running clock. So Cadence Peters brings the ball in the front court over to Kyra Peters for the Blackhawks. Over to Junk. Back to Kyra Peters, looks to drive. Now gives it up to Cadence Peters, over to Renzo. Renzo's three-point shot from the corner, no good, in and out. Rebound by Draper for the Wolverines. She brings it back the other way and across half court. Gets to Tasia Conley. Conley back out front to Takara Conley, over to Draper. Back to Tasia Conley, Takara Conley. Feeds Tatiana Conley, and that shot is up and good. So the Conley trio was able to get a basket for the Wolverines. Renzel drives baseline, has the ball stripped from her, and Tatiana Conley steals it away. Gives it up to Draper, who brings the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. 4:30 to go in the game. Tasia Conley gives it to Kara Conley. To Van Beek. Van Beek shot's a little off the mark. Gathered by Takara Conley. That putback's no good. Taken away by Cadence Peters in the front court now. Over to Kyra Peters. Back to Cadence Peters. Three-point shot from the corner is good. Cadence Peters has 5 points on the evening after that three-pointer. Quickly in the front court for the Wolverines is Tasia Conley. Over to Van Beek. Back to Draper. Conley down low to Tatiana Conley. Draper three-point shot from the corner is nothing but net. And there's a timeout by Coach Leary just to get some subs in. And there's a host of subs coming in for the Wolverines. For the Blackhawks checking in the game, number 45, Mia Fleckenstein. Number 4, Kennedy Spees. Checking in for the Wolverines, number 34, Claire Wagner. Number 40, Ashlyn Geimer. And number 44, Marissa Ebel. Cadence Peters gives to Kyra Peters, down to Brigade, over to Spees. Now back to Cadence Peters, over to Kennedy Spees. Spees gives it back to Peters. Now over to Kyra Peters. Tries to feed Junk. It's slapped out of bounds by Ebel. Now checking the game for the Blackhawks is number 54, Tessa Treeweiler, and number 30, Kyra Shaw. Peters inbounds the ball to Shaw. That's Kyra Peters. Over to Spees. Spees back to Kyra Peters. Over to Kyra Shaw. Over to Spees. Back to Spees now. Spees feeds Treeweiler down low. She kicks it out to Shaw. Shaw's shot from just inside the three-pointer line, no good. That rebound's going to be taken by Ashlyn Geimer for the Wolverines. She gives it ahead to Takara Conley. That shot by Ebel's off the mark, gathered by Spees for the Blackhawks as we go 2 minutes to go in the game. Spees gets it ahead to Kyra Shaw. Shaw gives it to Spees. Back to Shaw. Shaw feeds Treeweiler once again at the free throw line. Spitting, give it to Shaw. Shaw's three-point shot, nothing but net. to Kara Conley, gets in the front court to Ebel. She goes up for the shot. She's going to be fouled. That foul's going to be number 45, Mia Fleckenstein. Be her first personal in the team's second of the half. At the line shooting a pair of free throws, Marissa Ebel for the Wolverines. First free throw attempt is good. Second free throw attempt coming up for Ebel. Also good, so Ebel makes a pair of free throws. And the Blackhawks lead by 35 with 1:29 to go. Shaw gets the ball and brings it up in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Kyra Peters. Now Mia Fleckenstein, three-point shot from the corner is good. Fleckenstein has 8 points off the bench tonight for the Blackhawks. Ebel drives in, feeds Tatiana Conley. That shot's partially blocked out of bounds. It'll be Tatiana Conley inbounding the ball for the Wolverines. Gets into Ebel. That pass is stolen away by Shaw. Shaw goes up for the shot. She's going to be fouled from behind before that can happen. That foul is going to be on number 34 for the Wolverines. That's Claire Wagner. Her first personal in the team's ninth. At the line, shooting a 1-and-1 is Kyra Shaw. Shaw's first free throw attempt is no good. Rebounded by Kyra Peters. Ahead to Spies. Spies gives it back to Peters. Back to Spies. Spies cross-court pass to Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein drives. That shot's going to be up and good. And she's going to draw the foul. That Wolverine foul will be on number 42, Tatiana Conley. Fleckenstein's free throw shot is no good. Rebounded by Conley. Ahead to Ebel. Ahead to Kara Conley. Back to Ebel. Over to Wagner. Wagner's three-point shot from the corner is no good. Rebounded by Ebel. Ebel's putback attempt no good, but Tatiana Conley there to clean it up, and her shot is up and good. 15 seconds to go. Kyra Shaw brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Remind everybody to stick around to halftime, or after this game conclusion, we'll have the ceremony to honor those battling cancer, and that's going to be our final tonight as the Blackhawks are going to win 71-33. So 71-33 win for the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks are going to move to 15-4 overall and 5-3 in the World Conference. The South O'Brien Wolverines dropped to 3-17 overall, 2-7 in the conference. That's going to do it for our girls game. Stick around. We're going to start the ceremony to honor those who are battling cancer, specifically leukemia, as orange shirts are the theme tonight. So we'll be right back after this commercial break to try to get that organized.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're excited to be hosting the 11th annual Coaches vs. Cancer event. The Hinton Hope Relay for Life team chose orange this year to raise awareness for leukemia and in memory of Rick Stussy, brother to our assistant girls basketball coach, Ryan Stussy. Cancer affects us in one way or another, whether it's ourselves personally or someone we love. We would like to honor those who have lost their battle in cancer and those who are currently fighting it or who have beaten it. As you watch the slideshow, note that our loved ones who have lost their battle have the year behind and the type of cancer. At the end of the slideshow is the name of the loved one's family members who have submitted the picture. We'll now be shutting off the gym lights. Please remain in your seats and turn on your cell phone flashlights. Thank you. Thank you to the Hinton community for their continued support of our Hinton Hope Relay for Life team. We will be shooting back.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready for the boys game here. The girls picked up the victory earlier, 71-33, and now we're getting ready for boys action. South O'Brien boys coming in at 12-6 record, 5-3 in the Wargo Conference. The Hinton boys coming in at 12-5, 4-3 in the Wargo Conference. South O'Brien beat MMCRU 46-36 a couple of nights ago, and the Hinton boys are coming off a loss to Galen, 66-54. Lineups look like this. Starting lineup for South O'Brien. Number 11, Hudson Ullman, the junior, comes in averaging 8.8 points a game. Number 15, Boston Riedemann, the junior, averaging 4 points a game. Number 21, Jacob Van Lith, the junior, averaging 6.7 points a game. Number 23, Sawyer Hancom, the junior, averaging 6.7 points a game. And number 35, Jake Wallen, the junior, averaging 13.8 points per game. For the Blackhawks, Coach John Speed's lineup looks like this. Number 12, Carson Pierce, the junior, averaging 10.4 points per game. Number 20, Gavin Nels, the senior, averaging 5.1 points a game. Number 22, Caleb Holmes, the senior, averaging 24.7 points per game. Number 32, Landon Lovren, a senior, averaging 6.2 points a game. Number 34, Caden Winters, a junior, averaging 4.5 points per game. This is the Coaches versus Cancer game, so as the night goes along, I'll be reading off names that the Hinton boys are playing for, names they've listed, as we are honoring those who have fought cancer, past and current, here tonight at the Hinton School. We'll be back with boys action after this commercial break. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Athletics.
Ryan Stussy at Allstate is an insurance agent you can trust. Ryan's office may be in the Dunes, but he has deep roots in the Hinton community. When choosing your insurance, you want to have someone who views you as more than just a name. We'll listen to your needs and find the solutions that work best for you. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, or recreational, you're in good hands with Ryan Stussy, Allstate Insurance. Give Ryan a call today.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're getting ready for boys action. South O'Brien Wolverines coming on and take on the Blackhawks. 12-6 Wolverines versus the 12-5 Blackhawks. Jumping it off for the Blackhawks, number 32, Landon Lovren. And for the Wolverines, number 35, Jake Wallen. Wolverines average 49.1 points a game. The Blackhawks average almost 63 points a game. So we'll see how tonight's matchup plays out. Once again, Coaches versus Cancer game tonight, so many people in the crowd are wearing orange to represent leukemia, but we honored all those in between games that have fought cancer, both current, past, and present. The tip's going to go to the Wolverines to start the game, and with the ball out front is number 23, Hancom. He's going to give it to Wallen. Wallen's three-point shot from the corner is good, and the Wolverines take a 3-0 lead. Ball gets into Caleb Holmes right away for the Blackhawks. Holmes is playing for Julie Backman tonight. Over to Pierce. Carson Pierce is playing for Bob Bertrand. Pierce's three-point shot is also good, and we're tied at 3. Quickly in the front court with the ball is number 11, Hudson Ullman. He gets it over to Wallen. Wallen thinks about driving, passes that up, gets it to number 21, Jacob Van Lith. That pass is stolen away by Carson Pierce ahead to Landon Lovren. Tried to save by Caleb Holmes, but it's too far out of bounds. Landon Lovren tonight playing for Betty Lovren. Honkamp inbounds the ball to, these numbers are hard to see, number 11, Ullman for the Wolverines. 3-point shot in the corner by Riedemann is no good. In and out gathered by Holmes for the Blackhawks. Quickly in the front court, gives up to Gavin Nelson. Gavin Nelson playing tonight for Grandpa Jim. Back to Lovren. Nelson's 3-point shot from the corner off the front of the rim, no good. That rebound's going to be taken by Van Lith. He's going to quickly give it up to Honkamp. Honkamp brings the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Back to Ullman. Feeds Wallen down low. He's cut off by Winters. And now there's going to be a foul called underneath. As that foul is going to be number 22, Caleb Holmes. That'll be his first personal and the team's first. So Ullman inbounds the ball for the Wolverines. Gets it into Honkamp, who gives it up to Riedemann. That pass is tipped away by Pierce. Riedemann gets it in to Honkamp, who gives it right back to Riedemann. Riedemann thinks about driving. Now he's kind of trapped. Gets it back to Ullman. Ullman is going to feed Van Lith. Van Lith's shot underneath, no good, but he's going to draw the foul. And that foul is going to be on number 34, Caden Winters. That'll be his first personal and the team's second. At the line shooting a pair is going to be Van Lith. Knocks down the first one. He comes in shooting 50% from the free throw line. Second free throw attempt coming up from Jacob Van Lith. Also good. So the juniors Wolverine knocks down a pair and the Wolverines lead by 2. Holmes with the ball in the front court, quickly over to Carson Pierce. Pierce's 3-point shot from the corner, this time in and out, no good. Rebounded by Landon Lovren. Lovren kicks it back out to Pierce, feeds it down low to Winters. It's kicked away out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Winters with the ball to Pierce, over to Nelson, now to Holmes. Cross-court pass to Pierce, back to Nelson. Nelson feeds Lovren. Over to Pierce once again. Back to Lovren, top of the key. Cross-court pass to Nelson. Nelson passes up a three-pointer, gives it to Lovren. Lovren thinks about three-pointer, passes it up, gives it to Nelson. Nelson just inside the three-point line at the top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Holmes, out to Pierce. Pierce kicks it back out to Holmes. And the offense resets. Now Holmes tries to dribble on the drive, stops and pulls up a three-pointer. That's in and out, no good. Rebounded by Wallen for the Wolverines. He gets it to Ullman, who brings the ball into the front court. That pass shot's going to be by Riedemann, no good. Rebound by Van Lith. Van Lith's going to draw a foul. At the line is Van Lith shooting a pair. First free throw attempt is in and out, no good. Checking in for the Blackhawks, number 24, Cole Frank, Trey Frank. Number 10, Bo DeRocher. Checking in for the Wolverines is number 31, Ben Woodall. And number 25, who I do not have on my roster. Let me see if I can figure that out for you. Dane Mormon. As well as number 13, Pete Botchin. So the Wolverines have a trio of subs. Pierce with the ball for the Blackhawks. Over to Lovren. Back to Frank. Back to Lovren. Over to Frank. Frank gives it back to Lovren. Lovren passes up the three-pointer, has it tipped away. Gets it back, gives it to Caleb Holmes. Holmes over to Frank. Frank passes up a three-pointer over to Lovren. Down low to DeRocher. DeRocher turns, spins. His shot's going to be blocked by Wallen, and it's going to be gathered by Woodall. And Woodall is going to walk the ball up the court for the Wolverines. This pass is going to be stolen by Holmes into the front court. That shot's going to be up, no good. It's going to be rebounded by Morin. Morin into the front court for the Wolverines. Guarded by Pierce. gets it away to Botchin. Down low to Ullman. Ullman spins, his shot's good. Wolverines lead by 5. Pierce with the ball for the Blackhawks. Crosses the half court. Gives it to Leverin. Cross court pass to Pierce. Over to DeRocher. DeRocher looks to drive, kicks it out to Pierce. Now down to Frank. Frank's 10-footer is good. And the Wolverines are within 3, so Coach Pease wants a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. Boys game, 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Wolverines of South O'Brien lead over your Hinton Blackhawks 8-5. With the ball in the front court now is Wallen for the Wolverines. Kicks it out to Woodall. Wallen with it back now. Tries a cross-court pass. Stolen away by Pierce for the Blackhawks. Pierce into the front court. Pulls back, waits for the rest of his compadres. Gives it up to Leverin. Now Pierce drives, stops, shoots from the free throw line. That shot's good. And the Blackhawks are within 1. Woodall brings the ball up the court for the Wolverines. That pass stolen away by Carson Pierce. That layup's going to be good, and the Blackhawks take their first lead of the evening, 9-8. Now quickly in the front court is Mormon. His shot's not going to count because he was fouled on the floor. That foul is going to be on number 32, Landon Lover, and that'll be his first personal and the team's 4th. Checking back in for the Wolverines, number 11, Ullman, number 23, Honkamp, and number 21, Van Lith. Ullman inbounds the ball, gets it into Van Lith. Van Lith drives, his shot is up and good. And the Wolverines are back in front 10-9 as we have about 2:15 to go first quarter. Over to Carter Warden, now down to Loverin for the Blackhawks. Warden in the corner, back to Loverin. That ball is going to be stolen as the foul is called. That foul is going to be on number 15, Boston Riedemann. That'll be his first personal and the team's first for the Wolverines. Blackhawk basketball, Loverin will inbound the ball. Gets it into Carson Pierce. Pierce feeds Loverin at the free throw line. Carter Warden's three-point shot is good. Banks are open here and hitting late as Carter Warden banks in a 3 to give the Blackhawks the lead. And they're going to call that a 2, say his foot was on the line. So it's a 1-point Blackhawk lead. Honkamp gets the ball over to Riedemann. Now that pass is going to be stolen away by Bo DeRocher. DeRocher to Warden. Warden's going to be fouled on the way to the basket. That's going to be a Wolverine foul on number 15, Boston Riedemann. That's going to be his second personal and the team's second. That's going to put Carter Warden at the line shooting a pair of free throws. Warden comes in. As he misses the first free throw. Second free throw attempt coming up for Warden. That one's good. The Blackhawks are back up by 2. They're going to wave that off with a lane violation. And it's going to remain 11-10 in favor of the Blackhawks. Mormon with the ball for the Wolverines. Gives it up to Honkamp. Now to Ullman. Back to Honkamp. Now Ullman drives. That shot's no good. There's going to be a rebound by Botchin. Botchin puts it up. That's no good. Rebounded by Warden in the front court to Pierce. Pierce drives through the Wolverine defenders, puts a shot up. He's going to draw the foul. And Carson Pierce will be at the line, shooting a pair of free throws. That foul's on number 21, Jacob Van Lit. That's his first personal on the team's third. At the line shooting a pair of free throws is Carson Pierce. Comes in shooting 77% tonight. First free throw attempt is good. Checking back in Blackhawks, number 20, Gavin Nelson, and number 22, Caleb Holmes. Second free throw attempt by Carson Pierce is good. Honkamp brings the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Loses his balance, is called for the travel. Nelson gets the ball into Holmes. Holmes brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Pierce. Gavin Nelson down low to Grosher, kicks it out to Pierce. Pierce drives. His shot's partially blocked and into the hands of Ullman. Ullman kicks it ahead to Wallen for the Wolverines. Wow, now gives it up to Honkamp. Back to Mormon. Mormon looks to drive, does so, shoots up a floater, no good, rebounded by Wallen. Wallen's putback is up and good. It's 13-12, Wolverines, our Blackhawks lead with about 15 seconds to go first quarter as Carson Pierce backs it out and plays for the last shot for the Blackhawks. Guarded closely by Mormon though. Now he gives it up to Gavin Nelson, 7 seconds to go. Over to Pierce. Pierce starts to drive, stops and shoots from the free throw line. That's no good, rebounded by Wallen. And that's how the first quarter is going to come to a conclusion with the Blackhawks leading 13-12. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks.
Yeah.
Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're just underway, second quarter of action. Lovren gives it to Gavin Nelson. Nelson's three-point shot's no good. That's going to be rebounded by Van Lith, who gives it up to Honkamp, who brings the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Over to Mormon. Mormon feeds Van Lith down low. Van Lith's shot no good. Tipped around, gathered by Lovren. Kicks it out to Carson Pierce for the Blackhawks. Pierce drives to the hoop, stops and shoots 10-footer, rolls around, no good. And that shot's going to be good by Pierce, as they say the basket interference was called. So Blackhawks take a 3-point lead as Mormon brings the ball in the front court. Now gets it to Wallen. Wallen spins, tries to shoot. He's going to be tied up and fouled. That'll be at the line shooting 2. That Blackhawk foul is going to be on number 10, Bo DeRocher. That'll be his first personal and the team's 5th. At the line shooting a pair, Jake Wallen, the junior of South O'Brien, shooting 69% for the free throw line coming in. First free throw attempt is good. Second free throw attempt coming from Wallen. That one's also good, and the Wolverines are back within 1. Caleb Holmes brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Lovren. Lovren's three-point shot from top of the key is no good. That's going to be rebounded by Ullman. Ullman gives it up to Honkamp. Over to Mormon. To Van Lith. Back to Mormon. Mormon's deep three-point shot's no good off the front of the rim. That ball is going to be gathered by Van Lith. And then he throws it off a Blackhawk, maybe? So it'll be South O'Brien basketball. Checking in for the Wolverines, number 31, Ben Woodall, and number 15, Riedemann. Ullman gets the ball into Riedemann. Over to Woodall. Back to Riedemann, back to Woodall, over to Ullman. Ullman drives, loses the ball, it's gathered by Lovren. Lovren kicks it ahead to Carson Pierce. Carson Pierce drives the hoop. His shot's up and good. Carson Pierce has 11 points here in the first half. 13 points now to lead all scorers. Riedemann with the ball to Woodall. Back to Riedemann. That shot's no good, kicked around, out of bounds. It's gonna be Wolverine basketball. Ullman gets the ball into Riedemann, out to Woodall, back to Riedemann. Riedemann gives it to Ullman. Ullman feeds Van Lith down low. He's guarded by a trio of Blackhawks, has his shot blocked by Landon Lovren, kicks it out to Woodall. Woodall's shot's no good. Rebounded by Carson Pierce. Pierce ahead to Lovren. Lovren feeds Nelson. Nelson shot a little bit short, gathered by Van Lith. Woodall now walks the ball up the court for the Wolverines. Gets it into Van Lith, kicks it out to Riedemann. Riedemann's three-point shot is good. And we're tied at 17 with 5:30 to go first half. Wallen with the rebound. As Ullman brings the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Riedemann drives and draws a foul. That Blackhawk foul is going to be on number 22, Caleb Holmes. That'll be his second personal and the team's sixth. Checking back in the game is Carter Warden for the Blackhawks, along with number 24, Trey Frank. Pass into Wallen. Wallen's shot is up and good. The Wolverines retake the lead by 2 as Pierce in the front court quickly over to Warden. Back to DeRocher. Back to Warden. Cross-court pass to Lovren. Over to DeRocher. To Warden. Warden back to Pierce. Pierce looks to drive. Cut off by Wallen and a couple other Wolverines. To Warden, back to Pierce. Now down to Lovren. Lovren hits a cutting Bo DeRocher for an easy layup, and we're tied at 19 with 4:38 to go first half. To Ullman. Ullman gives it up to Riedemann. Riedemann over to Woodall. Back to Riedemann. Over to Ullman. Ullman starts to drive. Finishes the shot, and that's going to fall. And the Wolverines take a 2-point lead again as we approach 4 minutes to go in first half. Quickly in front court to Warden, back to DeRocher, back to Warden, to Lovren. Lovren cross-court pass to Pierce, three-point shot from the corner is nothing but net. And Carson Pierce is picking up a lot of the slack from Caleb Holmes, who is playing sparingly tonight due to foul trouble. That pass is going to be kicked. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Carson Pierce with 16 points in the first half. Checking back in for Wolverines is Jacob Van Lith, number 21. He'll inbound the ball for them. Gets it into Woodall. To Botchin. Botchin over to Riedemann. Back to Woodall. Back to Riedemann. Riedemann drives. 10-footer is good. And South O'Brien regains the lead, 23-22. Pierce with the ball for the Blackhawks. Brings it in the front court. Over to DeRocher. Cross court pass to Warden. Back to Pierce. Over to DeRocher. Back to Pierce. Down to Lovren. Over to DeRocher. Back to Lovren. Over to Pierce. Pierce drives. 3-point shot. This time rolls around, no good. Tipped away by Trey Frank. Gathered, and we're going to have a foul. That foul will be on number 13, I believe. Number 13, Pete Botchin. That'll be Botchin's first personal and the team's fourth foul. Pierce inbounds the ball to Lovren for the Blackhawks. Cross-court pass to Warden. 3-point shot from the corner, no good. Tipped around by Lovren. They're going to call a foul. Number 32, Landon Lovren with the second personal foul and the 7th team foul. That'll lead to a 1-and-1. Number 11, Hudson Ullman checks back in as Wallen leaves the game. At the line shooting a pair of free throws, Pete Botchin. The senior comes in shooting 60%. This is a 1-and-1. First free throw attempt is up, no good. Rebounded by Lovren for the Blackhawks. He kicks it ahead to Pierce. Pierce walks the ball in the front court under 3 minutes to go first half. Blackhawks trail by 1. Warden drives, kicks it to Lovren. Lovren back to Warden, back to Lovren. Over to Pierce. Pierce thinks about three-pointer, drives, free throw line shot, no good. Rebounded by Trey Frank. Trey Frank's putback is up and good, and the Blackhawks regain the lead 24-23 with 2:30 to go first half. Hornkamp in the front court for the Wolverines, gives it to Van Lith. Van Lith drives, his shot's going to be off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Mormon. Mormon's three-point shot's off the back of the rim, no good. Loose ball picked up by Mormon, drives the hoop, his shot's no good again. Rebounded by Bo DeRocher for the Blackhawks. And DeRocher's going to be fouled. That foul's going to be on number 25, Ben Mormon for the Wolverines. So Lovren inbounds the ball to Pierce. Pierce brings it up court with 2:10 and counting in the first half. Over to DeRocher. DeRocher down to Frank. Back to Lovren. Down low to Frank. Frank's shot is up and good. And they'll have the bonus foul, as that Wolverine foul is going to be on number 13, Pete Botchin. That'll be his second personal foul and the team's 6th. At the line shooting the bonus free throw, Trey Frank came in shooting 54% from the free throw line. His free throw attempt is good. The Blackhawks lead by 4. We have 2 minutes to go first half. Ullman has the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Over to Riedemann. Riedemann's three-point shot's no good. Gathered by DeRocher, kicked ahead to Pierce. Pierce brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Now down to Lovren. Lovren backs up, swings it to DeRocher. Down low to Frank. That's out of bounds, too hot to handle. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Hornkamp inbounds the ball to Ullman. Ullman walks the ball up the court for the Wolverines. Pass to Riedemann, down low to Wallen. Wallen's shot is good. Are they going to count it? That basket's going to be good. And the foul's going to be number 10, Bo DeRocher. And Wallen's free throw attempt is also good. So Pierce back up court for the Blackhawks. Over to Nelson, down to DeRocher. DeRocher drives, that shot's going to be blocked out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. So Caleb Holmes checks back in for Carter Warden. Bo DeRocher gets the ball from Pierce to Nelson, back to Pierce, back to Nelson. Nelson back to Pierce. To Frank. Frank from the free throw line, no good. Loose ball fought by and gathered by Van Lith for the Wolverines. He gives it over to Honcomb, who walks the ball up court for the Wolverines. Over to Van Lith. Tries to feed low Ullman. He does. There's going to be a foul down low. Foul's going to be number 10, Bo DeRocher. That'll be DeRocher's second personal foul. The team's 9th at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. It's going to be number 11, Hudson Ullman. Junior comes in shooting 50%. First free throw is no good. Rebounded by DeRocher. Quickly ahead to Holmes. Back to DeRocher. To Frank. Back to DeRocher. Back to Frank. Over to Nelson. Nelson now waits for the offense to reset as the Blackhawks go 4 corners now. And they're playing for the last shot of the half. 28 seconds to go in the first half. Blackhawks up by 1. Over to DeRocher now. Back to Frank. Over to Nelson. Back to Frank. 13 seconds to go now. Into Holmes. Holmes back to Frank. Frank's three-point shot from the top of the key. Off the mark. It's going to be gathered by Van Lith. No. Honcomb. Honcomb's half-court pass is no good. And the halftime score is going to be Blackhawks 27 and the Wolverines 26. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors. You're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Athletics.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, welcome back to halftime here as the Hinton Blackhawks lead 27-26 over South O'Brien Wolverines in varsity boys action. First half leading scores for the Blackhawks, number 12, Carson Pierce with 16 points. Leading scorer for the Wolverines, number 35, Jake Wallen had 12 points. That's going to do it for first half action. We'll be back in approximately 9 minutes with second half action. You're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
Ryan Stussy at Allstate is an insurance agent you can trust. Ryan's office may be in the dunes, but he has deep roots in the Hinton community. When choosing your insurance, you want to have someone who views you as more than just a name. We'll listen to your needs and find the solutions that work best for you. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, or recreational, you're in good hands with Ryan Stussy, Allstate Insurance. Give Ryan a call today.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're getting ready for second half action. Blackhawks on the card starting the second half. It'll be Caleb Holmes, Landon Leverin, Caden Winters, Gavin Nelson, and Carson Pierce. And for the Wolverines, it'll be Hudson Ullman, Boston Riedemann, Jacob Van Lith, Sawyer Honkamp, and Jake Wallen. 27-26 favor of the Blackhawks as we start the second half. Wallen's first shot attempt goes in. We'll see what happens here. The basket is going to be good by Wallen, and there's going to be a personal foul called on number 21, Jacob Van Lith. That'll be his second personal foul and the team's first this half. So the Wolverines take a lead real quick, and then the foul is called quickly. Caleb Holmes with the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Gives it to Nelson, now to Leverin. Back to Nelson. Three-point shot from the wing. In and out, no good. Rebound by Wallen for the Wolverines. Ahead to Honkamp. Honkamp walks the ball up the court. Honkamp to Wallen. Wallen guarded by a couple Blackhawks over there. Honkamp. Riedemann. Riedemann passes the wall, and that ball is off Wallen's foot out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Gavin Nelson inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. He's going to inbound it to Caleb Holmes. Holmes with the ball still for the Blackhawks to Caden Winters. Down low to Leverin. Leverin loses it, and it's gathered by Wallen. Wallen gives it to Honkamp, who walks the ball back up court for the Wolverines. Blackhawks in a 2-3 defense, it looks like. Into Wallen. Wallen shots up and good over Caden Winters. Ahead to Holmes. Holmes over to Nelson. Nelson feeds Leverin down low. Leverin's shot is up and good. The Blackhawks were back within one. Honkamp and the ball for the Wolverines. Gives it up to Ullman. Ullman's pass out of bounds, tipped by Carson Pierce. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Ullman will inbound. Gets it into Honkamp. Back to Ullman. Back to Honkamp. Over to Wallen. Wallen thinks about driving, has the ball swatted away, regains it, kicks it out to Ullman. Too far, gathered by Pierce. Pierce over to Leverin. Leverin tries to get the ball, and he's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be on number 15, Boston Riedemann. That's his third personal and the team's second this half. Leverin's three-point shot is good from top the key. And the Blackhawks regain the lead, 32-30. Pearson Leverin double team Ullman. Now Riedemann shot from the corner is no good. Wallen grabs a rebound. Looked like it might have been over the back. It wasn't called. His shot's back up and good, and we're tied at 32. Holmes feeds Leverin. That ball is going to be gathered by Wallen and then out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Holmes gets the ball into Winters. Winters' shot is up and good, and he draws the foul. That foul is going to be on number 21, Jacob Van Lith. That'll be Van Lith's third personal and the team's third. Checking back in the game is going to be number 13, Pete Botchin. Winters at the line trying to cap the three-point play. His free throw is no good off the back of the rim, gathered by Wallen for the Wolverines. He kicks it over to Honkamp. Honkamp brings the ball up court for the Wolverines. Down to Botchin. Botchin drives, cut off by Winters. Kicks it back out to Honkamp. Honkamp drives, has it swatted away and gathered by Winters. Winters gives it ahead to Holmes. Holmes in the front court over to Lovren. Cross court pass to Nelson, down to Pierce. Pierce's three-point shot is blocked partially. Saved by Winters. Back to Holmes. Holmes' shot is no good, but he's going to draw a foul. That foul is going to be on number 31, Ben Woodall. That'll be Woodall's first person on the team's fourth. At the line shooting two, Caleb Holmes. Holmes' first free throw attempt is good. Caleb Holmes' second free throw attempt coming up for the Blackhawks. Also good. And the Blackhawks lead by 4 as we have 4:49 to go. Third quarter. Quickly the ball into Oldcamp. He gets it head to Wallen. Wallen guarded by Nelson. Now Winters stops, shoots, and Wallen's shot is good over Winters. And it's a two-point game. Quickly back in the front court is Holmes with the ball. He feeds Winters down low. Winters' turnaround jumper is good. So Winters puts the ball, Blackhawks back up by 4. Honkamp with the ball for the Wolverines. Gets it to Wallen. Wallen's three-point shot attempt a little bit off. No good, out of bounds. There's going to be a foul called. That foul is going to be on number 13, Pete Botchin. That'll be Botchin's third personal. And with that, the Wolverines want a timeout. We'll take one with them. 38-34, Wolverines trail the Blackhawks. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
This is how it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks.
Yeah.
Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as Landon Lovren brings the ball across half court for the Blackhawks coming out of a Wolverine timeout. Over to Caden Winters, back to Lovren. Lovren feeds Winters. Winters tries to feed Frank. That ball's stolen away by Ullman. Ullman brings the ball up court for the Wolverines. Cross-court pass to Mormon. Mormon's shot's no good. Gathered by Lovren. He kicks it ahead to Caleb Holmes. Caleb Holmes' shot no good. He's going to draw the foul, though, and Caleb Holmes will be at the free throw line. Shooting a pair, as that Wolverine foul is going to be on number 25, Ben Mormon. That's his second foul and the team's 6th. First free throw attempt by Holmes is good. Second free throw attempt coming for Holmes. Also good. Blackhawks back up by 6. Mormon inbounds to Woodall. Woodall brings the ball up court for the Wolverines. To Wallen. Wallen back to Woodall. Over to Lovren. To to Mormon. He feeds Van Lith. That pass is stolen away by Pierce. Pierce's layup is good. Carson Pierce has 18 points. And Blackhawks have their largest lead of the night by 8. Head to Mormon. That pass is tipped away by Frank. They're going to call a foul. That foul is going to be on number 24, Trey Frank. For the Blackhawks, the first team foul, and it's Frank's first personal foul. 3:05 to go third quarter. Wolverine basketball. Ullman's going to inbound it underneath their own hoop. Gets it to Woodall. Woodall's three-pointer in and out, gathered by Lovren. Lovren off and races. His shot's going to be up and good. And Wolverines extend the Blackhawks extend the lead to 10 over the Wolverines. Back to Ullman. Ullman tries to feed Wall, and that pass is tipped away and stolen. And then Pierce is going to be fouled from behind by Mormon. That foul's going to be on number 25, Ben Mormon. That's going to be his third personal. And the team's 7th. At the line shooting a 1-on-1 is Carson Pierce for the Blackhawks. Pierce's first free throw attempt is good. Second free throw attempt coming up for Pierce. That one's no good, off the mark. That rebound's going to be gathered by Ullman for the Wolverines. He brings it into the front court. Now over to Mormon. That pass is going to be tipped out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Woodall inbounds it for the Wolverines. Gets it into Mormon. Mormon back to Woodall. Woodall drives. The floaters. No good, but they're going to call a foul. That foul is going to be on number 34, Caden Winters. That'll be Caden's third personal and the team's second this half. First free throw attempt by Woodall is good. Second free throw attempt coming up by Woodall. Came in the game shooting 86% from the free throw line. That one's also good, and the Wolverines are back within 9 as Holmes has the ball for the Blackhawks quickly in the front court. Cross court pass to Frank. Feeds DeRocher down low, back to Frank. Back to Lovren, back to Frank. That ball's going to be kicked, so it'll be Blackhawk basketball. Quickly into Lovren, over to Frank. Frank cross-court pass to Lovren. Back to DeRocher. DeRocher drives to the hoop, passes to Frank. Frank brings it back out, resets. Back to Pierce. Over to Frank. Cross-court pass to Lovren. Lovren's three-point shot is good. Blackhawks lead by 12. 1:45 to go third quarter as Mormon brings the ball up the court for the Wolverines. He gets it over to Ullman. Back to Mormon. Mormon's three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Frank. Frank gets the ball ahead to Caleb Holmes. Holmes drives to the line. That shot's going to be no good. Rebounded by Van Lith. Van Lith gives it up to Mormon. Brings the ball up court for the Wolverines. Over to Woodall. Woodall feeds Wallen down low, but there's going to be a travel called. So that turnover will be Blackhawk basketball. Checking in for the Wolverines, number 13, Botchin, and for the Blackhawks, number 20, Gavin Nelson. Caleb Holmes with the ball for the Blackhawks. So we approach 1 minute to go third quarter. Nelson with the ball out front. Over to DeRocher. Back to Holmes. Now Lovren gives it up to DeRocher. Down low to Frank. Frank's shot's no good. Lovren's rebound putback's no good. Lovren gets it again. This shot's no good, but he's going to draw the foul. That Wolverine foul is going to be on number 13, Pete Botchin. That'll be Botchin's 4th personal foul. That's going to put Landon Lovren at the line shooting 2. Comes in shooting under 50%. First free throw attempt is good. Second free throw attempt coming up for Lovren. That free throw is also good. The Blackhawks lead by 14 as we have 43 seconds of counting to go. Third quarter. Riedemann gets the ball to Botchin. Botchin feeds Van Lith down low. That shot's up and good. Blackhawks get the ball into Nelson. 27 seconds of counting to go. Looks like Blackhawks probably play for the last shot this quarter. Over to Warden. To Frank. Back to Nelson. Back to Warden. Back to Nelson. Over to Frank. Frank over to Nelson. Lovren off-balance three-pointer, no good. And that's how the third quarter is going to end as the Blackhawks lead 50-38 on your scoreboard. You're watching full digital coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. As you're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. 50-38, Blackhawks lead over the Wolverines as we're getting ready to start the fourth quarter of action here. It'll be Blackhawk basketball as Landon Lovren inbounds the ball to Caleb Holmes. Back to Lovren. Winters gives it back to DeRocher. Now back to Lovren. Lovren over to Winters. Kicks it out to DeRocher. DeRocher thinks about driving. Cross-court pass to Lovren. Lovren drives. This shot's going to be up. No good. Tipped around. Gathered by Honkamp for the Wolverines. And now Wallen's going to be called for a travel. Holmes inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks, gets it to DeRocher, right back to Holmes. Now Holmes in the front court. Lovren tries to feed Winters. That pass is stolen away by Wallen. Wallen gets it to Ullman. Ullman drives. His off-balance shot is good. Rolled around a little bit, but it fell, and the Blackhawks lead by 10. Ball quickly into Caleb Holmes. That shot's no good. Blocked and gathered up by Wallen. Wallen's going to give it up to Honkamp. Honkamp walks the ball back up court for the Wolverines. Over to Ullman. That pass is tipped away by Lovren. There's going to be a foul called on number 32, Landon Lovren, for the Blackhawks. That'll be his third personal and the team's third. With that, we're going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. They lead by 10. We'll be back after this message from one of our sponsors.
Ryan Stussy at Allstate is an insurance agent you can trust. Ryan's office may be in the dunes, but he has deep roots in the Hinton community. When choosing your insurance, you want to have someone who views you as more than just a name. We'll listen to your needs and find the solutions that work best for you. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, or recreational, you're in good hands with Ryan Stussy, Allstate Insurance. Give Ryan a call today.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. They're coming out of a Blackhawk timeout. Blackhawks lead by 10. 6:47 to go in the game. It's Wolverine basketball. Hudson Ullman will inbound the ball underneath the hoop. And here we go, into Wallen. Over to Honkamp. Now to Riedemann. Riedemann drives. feeds Ullman down low for the easy layup. Blackhawks lost track of him underneath the hoop. And Holmes brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Nelson. Now to Pierce. Pierce drives. Kicks it back out to Winters. Now over to Nelson. To Holmes. Holmes is going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on number 23. Sawyer Hunkamp. That's going to be his first personal and the team's 9th. At the line shooting 1-on-1 is Caleb Holmes. Holmes' first free throw is good. Second free throw attempt coming up for Holmes. Also good. The Blackhawks lead by 10 again as they get the ball into Riederman. Right back to Honkamp, who gives it up to Ullman. Ullman brings the ball across the half-court line for the Wolverines. Now to Riederman. Riederman tries to feed Wallen down low, does so. That shot's missed. Putback is good. Wallen has 22 points to lead all scorers tonight. Nelson with the ball for the Blackhawks. Gives it to Frank, gives it right back to Nelson. Nelson to Winters. Winters to Holmes. Holmes looks to drive. Going to be a foul on the floor. That Wolverine foul is going to be on number 23. That's Sawyer Honkamp. That's his second personal and the team's 10th. So the Blackhawks will be shooting 2 from here on out on any foul. First free throw from Caleb Holmes is good. As a trio of Wolverines check back in. Number 13, Botchin. 31, Woodall. And number 25, Mormon. Second free throw for Holmes, also good. And the Blackhawks extend that lead back to 10. Woodall with the ball for the Wolverines. Over to Botchin. Botchin gives it back to Mormon. Now over to Woodall. Woodall gives it to Ullman. Ullman tries to feed Van Lith down low, does so. Winters blocks the shot, and they're calling jump ball. And on alternate possession, Wolverines keep the basketball. Jump ball. Checking back in for the Wolverines is Wallen. Three-point attempt by Woodall is good. And the Blackhawks lead by 7 as we have 5:15 and counting to go in the game. Holmes with the ball for the Blackhawks. Over to Nelson. Winters' three-point shot top of the key is no good. Rebound fought around by Frank. Now it's going to be gathered by Ullman. Ullman in the front court, and Pierce fouls him. Carson Pierce first personal and the 4th team foul. Checking back in for the Blackhawks, number 32, Landon Lovren. Checking back in for the Wolverines, number 21, Van Lith. Van Lith with the ball, and the shot's going to be up and good, and the foul. That foul is going to be on number 34, Caden Winters. That'll be Winters' 4th personal, and the team's 5th. At the line shooting the bonus free throws, number 21, Jacob Van Lith. First free throw for Van Lith is good. And the Blackhawks have a 4-point lead with under 5 minutes to go. Caleb Holmes in the front court with the ball. Drives, feeds Frank underneath. Frank's shot is up and good. Mormon has the ball for the Wolverines now. Gets it across the half-court line. Gives it up to Van Lith. That's stolen away by Holmes. Holmes cross-court pass to Lovren is tipped out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Nelson gets it into Frank. Frank Girls with the ball now over to Lovren. To Winners. To Nelson, right back to Winners. Now back to Nelson. Nelson feeds Frank down low. Cross court pass to Winners. Winners' shot's going to be blocked to Lovren. That pass to Frank down low. Out to Lovren. Out to Winners. Over to Nelson. Cross court pass to Lovren. And they're going to have a timeout. So with that timeout, we'll take one with them. Blackhawks lead 56-50. We'll be right back here watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Athletics. Varsity boys lead 56-50 over the South O'Brien Wolverines in a battle of Hinton 12-5 coming to the game. Wolverines 12-6 coming to the game. Blackhawk basketball, Gavin Nelson inbounds on the far side, gets it into Caden Winners. Back to Lovren. Back to Winners. Winners back to Lovren. Now back to Winners. Over to Lovren. Cross court pass to Winners. Cross court pass to Nelson now. Nelson drives, shoots 10-footer, is partially blocked, and rebound's going to be by Wallen. Honkamp brings in the front court, gives it to Van Lift. Honkamp trapped down below, puts up a shot that's gathered and then put back up by Wallen and goes in. Blackhawks lead by 4 with 3:15 to go. Over to Winners, back to Lovren, now to Nelson. Cross court pass to Winners, down low to Frank. Frank cross court pass to Lovren, back to Winners. Over to Nelson. Nelson back to Winners, over to Frank, back to Winners. Over to Lovren. Over to Nelson. Nelson cross-court pass to Winners. Back to Lovren, down to Frank. Frank's shot is up and good. The Blackhawks extend the lead to 6 with 2:36 to go. Honkamp in the front court, gives it to Ullman. Now over to Wallen. Honkamp with the ball. Now to Ullman. Ullman drives, kicks it out to Wallen. Wallen's three-point shot from the corner, no good. Rebound by Caden Winners, and then he's going to be fouled. I thought it was going to be number 21, Jacob Van Lith. That's going to be his 4th personal and the team's 10th. At the line shooting 2, Caden Winners. Caden Winners' first free throw attempt for the Blackhawks is no good, in and out. Checking back in with the Blackhawks, Carson Pierce. Second free throw attempt coming up for Caden Winners. That one's also no good. Rebound by Lovren. Out to Winners, back to Lovren. Over to Winners. Winners holding the ball. Now back to Lovren. Over to Winners. Back to Lovren. Down to Frank. Back to Lovren. 1:45 to go. Caleb Holmes with the ball for the Blackhawks. Drives. Shots up, no good. Rebounded by Honkamp for the Wolverines. And that's going to be a timeout Wolverines. So with that timeout, we'll take one with them. Blackhawks lead 58-52. We'll be right back. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Athletics.
You're gonna love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding easy breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. The Blackhawks lead 58-52. Riedemann inbounds the ball for the Wolverines, gives it to Honcomb. 1:28 to go first in the fourth quarter. Riedemann with the ball out front for the Wolverines, guarded by Holmes. Over to Van Lith. Van Lith drives. That's going to be a foul called on number 32, Landon Lovren. Going to be his fourth personal. The team's 6 at the line, shooting 2. Number 21, Jacob Van Lith. First free throw for Van Lith is no good. Second free throw attempt coming up for Van Lith. That one's nothing but net. Blackhawks lead by 5 now with 1:15 to go and counting. Caleb Holmes walks the ball up the court for the Blackhawks. 5-point Blackhawk lead. Over to Lovren, back to Holmes. Holmes starts to drive, passes it to Frank. That'll be a timeout by Spees, 47 seconds to go. Blackhawks will take a timeout, we'll take one with them. 58-53 in favor of the Blackhawks. We're right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks.
Yeah.
Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we are coming back to a Blackhawk timeout here. Blackhawks lead by 5, 47 seconds to go. It'll be Blackhawk basketball when we resume play. Blackhawks have 1 timeout remaining. The South O'Brien Wolverines have 3. Blackhawks hit the road tomorrow night as the boys and girls take on West Sioux. They'll be back home Tuesday night for the home regular season finale as they'll take on Akron in a doubleheader. We'll have that game right here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Landon Lovren inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks, gets it into Trey Frank. Now Frank gets it over to Caden Winters. Has the ball swatted away. It'll remain Hinton basketball. Caleb Holmes, no, it'll be Landon Lovren inbounding the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it to Carson Pierce. Carson Pierce going to be called for that Blackhawk foul. That'll be a second on Pierce. It's an offensive foul, so there shouldn't be any free throws. Referees are confirmed. We'll see what happened here. So it will be a free throw attempt coming up here, 1-and-1 for number 15, Boston Riedemann. Riedemann's first free throw attempt is up and good. Riedemann's second free throw attempt coming up here. 40 seconds to go. Blackhawks lead by 4. Riedemann's free throw is good. and it's a 3-point Blackhawk lead. Levering gets the ball into Pierce. Pierce gets in the front court. He's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be by number 11, Hudson Ullman. Fouls on number 11, Hudson Ullman. 2 free throws coming up for Carson Pierce. First free throw attempt is no good. Checking back in the game for the Wolverines, number 21, Jacob Van Litt, and number 31, Ben Woodall. Second free throw coming up for Carson Pierce. That's going to roll around. That's also no good. Woodall with the rebound for the Wolverines. This will be a foul on number 24, Trey Frank, his second, team's 8th. That's going to put Hudson Ullman at the line shooting 1-and-1. First free throw for Ullman's no good. Rebound by Lovren. Gets it to Frank. Frank draws the foul. That foul is going to be on number 11, Hudson Ullman. So Trey Frank at the line shooting a pair of free throws. Frank came in tonight shooting 54% from the line. First free throw attempt by Frank is good. Checking back in for the Wolverines, number 21, Van Lift, and number 31, Woodall. Second free throw attempt coming up for Frank. Also good. So Frank hits a pair of free throws. Blackhawks up by 5. Quickly the ball is into Riedemann. Riedemann drives in the front court. We're going to have a timeout called by South O'Brien. We'll take one with them as 18.8 seconds to go. Blackhawks lead by 5. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We have 18.8 seconds to go. Blackhawks lead 60-55 over the visiting South O'Brien Wolverines. We're coming out of a Blackhawk timeout, or Wolverine timeout, sorry. That's going to leave them 2 left in the game. The Blackhawks have 1 timeout left. Looks like Ullman will inbound the ball for the Wolverines. We'll get it to Riedemann. Back to Ullman. Now that pass is stolen by Lovren, and then he's going to draw a foul as he tries to break away. That foul is going to be on number 11, Hudson Ullman. Be his 3rd, and it'll put Lovren at the line shooting a pair of free throws. Lovren would love to knock both these down and put the game away, but he misses the first one. Still, if he can hit this one, the best the Wolverines can do is tie it with a couple of threes. Lovren's second free throw attempt coming up. That one's good. And the Blackhawks lead by 6, and they want a timeout. We'll be right back after this message. Blackhawks lead by 6 with 12 seconds to go.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching varsity basketball action. Boys lead 61-55 over the visiting Wolverines here in Hinton. As we resume play, 12 seconds to go. Blackhawks by 6. Ullman inbounds the ball to Woodall. Woodall in the front court to Wallen. Wallen over to Van Lift. Van Lift drives in. That shot's going to be partially blocked. There'll be a foul. That foul is going to be on number 32, Landon Lovren. That'll be Lovren's 5th personal, so Landon Lovren leaves the game with 13 points, and Caden Winters checks back in. Honkamp and Mormon check back in for the Wolverines. 2.7 seconds to go at the line, shooting a pair of free throws. Number 21, Jacob Van Lift. First free throw attempt is good. Now 5-point lead for the Blackhawks with 2.7 seconds to go. Second free throw for Lift, also good. So it's a 4-point Blackhawks lead. They just have to get the ball in. If they get it in, this game's over. Into Pierce. Pierce dribbles around, and that's going to do it. So your final tonight from Hinton is going to be Blackhawks 61, Wolverines 57. Leading scorer for the Blackhawks is Carson Pierce tonight with 19 points. Landon Lovren added 13, and Caleb Holmes added 8. For the visitors, South O'Brien Wolverines, number 35, Jake Wallen added 24. Number 21, Van Lift added 13. Your Blackhawks are going to move to 13-5 overall and 5-3 in the conference. South O'Brien's going to drop to 12-7 overall and 5-4 in the conference. That's going to do it tonight. We'll be back here Tuesday night as the Blackhawks take on Akron. You've been watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Athletics.